Hi, my name's Brian.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
And this is our very first episode of our video blog, all about Disney vacation planning from a what?
Kids' point of view.
Kids' point of view, and that's what this series of videos are all about. It's about vacation planning with kids in mind. And one of the things that we discovered in our family is that we absolutely love planning vacations, mom and dad, but also inviting the kids to be a part of it as well. And Chloe here, she's a great vacation planner.
Yeah, I really love doing it. It gets all the anticipation and you get all the fun thinking about it. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Really great.
So this video blog is about Disney from a kid's point of view. And today we're going to be talking about one of the important things that we ought to do when we're at Disney. You actually have to do it. It is just, without a doubt, one of the most important things that you do at Disney. You know what that is?
You have to eat.
You've got to eat food.
Sadly.
Because if you don't eat, you know what happens?
You get angry and you get hungry. And when you mix those together, you get hangry. And you don't not want hangry kids. It just does not go good together.
Nothing steals the magical moments of Disney like hungry stomachs. So we want to give you some tips on how to do eating out at Disney in a really fun way to make it a great experience that you'll remember about and want to scrapbook about possibly.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to give you 5 tips on eating out from a kid's perspective. You want to tell us the very first tip that we're going to give them?
First tip is to find restaurants with cool themes.
Cool themes.
There's a restaurant in New Fantasyland called the Be Our Guest Restaurant. And it has a really cool theme with the Belle and Beast.
Yes, and if you go on the website right now, you can find out all kinds of information about different places that you could eat in that restaurant. One of the things that we love doing on our vacations is going to Whispering Canyon restaurant, and that's got a really great theme too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has like a wilderness theme type Western theme. And so like when you first walk in, you can build some Lincoln logs, make a little Western hut, and you can also like look at, there's a very cool like Western guys on horses all over the wall.
So the whole experience is like, yeehaw! It's like hoedown time.
Wave your napkins.
You gotta wave your napkins, and that's one of the things they do is you wave your napkins.
We
and
still
so
even do that at home.
We do that at home. It's so much fun, and you have to be there to experience it and to know it. But it has a really great theme. Western music playing when you come in, and it's a great theme. There's other restaurants with great themes too. In fact, most of the Disney restaurants try to capture a story in their eating experience, and we love Whispering Canyon. It's one of the great ones. That's the first. Find cool themes because it's more than just eating a meal. It can also be an experience, almost like a ride that kids will enjoy and look forward to as well. That's the first one. Cool themes. What's the second one?
Number 2 is fun cast members.
Fun cast members.
Actually, at Whispering Canyon, one time we got a really cool waiter, and he actually picked up my coat off the floor because it had fallen off my chair. Kept falling off. He was being kind of silly about it. And he actually put it on and started walking around with it. And all of the people that he was going around to the tables were started laughing and everything, and I was like, where did it go?
He was a crazy man.
He was kind of
so much fun.
Yeah.
One of the other things that happens at Whispering Canyon is when you ask for ketchup, something really crazy happens.
Yeah. When you ask for ketchup, your waiter says, "Who needs ketchup?" And then everybody in the restaurant who has a bottle of ketchup brings it over to your table. And so we ended up with about 17 bottles of ketchup on our table.
That's a lot of catsup. That's a lot of catsup. And one of the things that happened with us, our daughter Hannah, she asked that question, "Can I have some ketchup?" And the waiter did that. "Who wants ketchup? Who wants ketchup?" And all the people brought it over, and her face was about the color of ketchup.
She was a little embarrassed, but it was still she still had a really good time.
Lots of cast members really work hard at the Disney restaurants to create a fun environment. You could go to the 50s Diner in Hollywood Studios, and it's sort of Mama's restaurant where if you mom and dad don't eat their vegetables, then the waiter makes you go up and mom and dad put your nose against the wall, and kids love it when mom and dad get in trouble. So that's just a really fun cast member there too, and there's lots of those, so look for that. That's the tip. But the next one is number 3, and what's that?
Number 3 is food kids and adults will like.
Because it's important not only for mom and dad to like the food, but to find out ways for kids to enjoy it too.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that last time you moved from the little kids menu to the adult menu.
Yeah, actually the weird thing about the kids menu in Disney is it ends at 9 years old. So when you turn 10, you were on the adult menu. And I was a little nervous about that. So actually one night we were at the Coral Reef and I was being kind of grumpy.
Long face,
yeah,
attitude.
I was not liking anything on the menu. Finally ordered some green beans, mashed potatoes, and steak. I was like, this is not going to be good. And it finally came, and I took a bite of it, and it ended up being my favorite meal of the whole
She just loved it.
trip.
She couldn't stop eating.
So good. I know.
She just loved it.
And so for any of you 10-year-olds out there who are a little nervous about the adult menu, just get something and try it.
Be brave.
And then be brave, yep. And you can always look forward to dessert.
Always look forward to dessert. Now, there's some menu items at some restaurants that, you know, mom and dads, if you have a 5-year-old, they're just not going to like it if it doesn't look right. So lots of restaurants that you can go to at Disney provide a buffet with the holy trinity of kids' favorite foods, and it's macaroni and cheese, pizza,
and chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. They do those well, and so that's the #1 thing that your kids love. Then there's a lot of buffet restaurants that you can go to, like Chef Mickey's, where kids can pick the foods that they want, and they get to kind of feel like they're in control of it, and that's a fun experience.
And actually, a couple years ago, my brother was not really liking the meal that he got, and so the chef ended up being able to just make him a bowl of mac and cheese, and that was really nice of him. And so if that happens to you, just ask your waiter or your chef if he can whip you up a PB&J or a bowl of macaroni.
That's one of the key rules when you're dining at a Disney resort or in the parks, is to ask the chef, and you might be surprised what they'll be willing to do for you to create the great experience for your kids. Okay, next tip is #4.
Activities for kids. A lot of restaurants have fun activities that you can do while you're eating. So like at the Ohana, you can learn the luau. And they taught us to like scoop out the food and like feed it to the fish or something like that.
So that's how you learn how to do the luau.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they also have sweep the coconut races.
Relays. Yep.
And they have parades with maracas and other instruments, and they have the limbo. It's just a great,
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Tremendous experience. And one thing, kids, listen up. This is for you. When you're at home, your mom and dad will say, no playing at the table. And you can't get up from your meal and play, but here when you're at Disney's a different kind of rule set, different kinds of things. You can actually play while you eat. And there's lots of restaurants at Disney where you can play and do activities while you eat. One of the things at one of the drive-in, it's like a drive-in restaurant, Hollywood Studios, I believe it is, where you get to sit at a table and it's like you're sitting in a car at a drive-in theater and you get to watch a movie while you eat, and that's a really fun experience.
Yeah.
So, activities, and then #5.
#5 is awesome desserts.
Awesome desserts. Never go wrong with that.
Yeah. Every restaurant has really good desserts. Disney does a really good job with that. And actually, if it's your birthday, I think even if it's your anniversary, you can get a free dessert with your meal.
Everybody was free.
Free! Oh
Free's
yeah,
good.
That's good.
And one of the things that you can do is go onto the Disney website, and on that website you can get the menus for all the restaurants, so you can plan ahead and think about what you might like. You can even plan your restaurant you're going to attend, and then talk with your kids about the kinds of foods they might like.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. So those are 5 easy tips for you as you're thinking about planning Disney eating experiences from a kid's point of view.
Kids' point of view?
Because that's important. Kids' points of view are important points of views.
Points of views?
They very much are. So, with that in mind, we have our top 3 restaurants that we thought, taking all these points into consideration, that we would recommend for you to try if you have kids and they're going to be eating. And some of them probably will be eating while they're at Disney.
Yeah.
All right. First one. What's the first one?
Number 3, our least favorite one is Coral Reef.
The top 3. Number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Top 3.
Number 3 is Coral Reef. Coral Reef is a really great restaurant because it's a whole wall length of just aquarium and...
It's huge.
It is huge.
Awesome.
It's a fish tank that
So
has
cool.
sharks and it has really colorful fish, scuba divers. Actually, one time I got my picture with a sea turtle.
That's so cool. It's just like it sat there the entire time, and you could just.
You just like walked up and took a picture with it.
And it was like, dude, you know, like the Nemo thing, you know, that guy, because he was a surfer, the sea turtle.
Yeah. Crush.
So it was. I mean, it was totally like that. So that was fantastic. So great environment. That gives it a big thumbs up. Coral Reef was one of our favorites. What about number 2?
Number 2 was Whispering Canyon.
Whispering Canyon.
Whispering Canyon is really great because of the theme and the cast members and all the activities. And you can even get a milkshake as your drink there. They have
Which is unique.
Yeah, it's the only place you can get it. It's really my favorite part of the whole restaurant.
But our number one place that we would recommend from a kid's point of view
is Ohana. Ohana is a really great restaurant with lots of fun activities, has great cast members, great food for all the family, and actually it's right across the lake from the castle.
Yes.
So if you're there at the right time, you can request a window seat and you can be able to see the fireworks while you're eating.
What better? Fireworks, dancing, limbo, bread pudding dessert, all in one experience, and it's just made for memories. It really is.
Yeah, that's what Disney's for.
Well, there you go. 5 tips about eating out from a kid's point of view. And with that in mind, we want to give you just a few more tips from some of the other kids in our family regarding eating out at Disney. And we think you're going to be really benefited by that. Let's take a look.
My favorite food at Disney is the ice cream sandwich. It has ice cream in the middle and it is cookies on the top. I like it so much. When you took a bite, you couldn't even take a bite because it's so big. Even if I was a giant, it would be so hard to eat because it's like this big and it's awesome. It tastes it's one of my favorites. Hi, I'm Buzz Lightyear, and I'm 5 years old. And my favorite Disney restaurant is Chef Mickey.
Why Chef Mickey?
Because you get a lot of mac and cheese.
Talk about why you love the mac and cheese.
Well, because it's so creamy and there's so much cheese on it. I like it too much. So I eat everything I see. I wish chicken nuggets could go with it. To infinity and beyond!
Hey, again, thank you for watching our video blog about vacation planning from a
Kid's point of view.
From a kid's point of view, and we hope that you have a fantastic day. Enjoy planning your Disney vacation, and thanks for watching, friend.
Hope you enjoyed.
All right.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.